Hi, this is Shubhayan Chakravarti for Revsportz, and we have reached Canberra for the T20I leg of this white ball series between India and Australia. And as you can see behind me, the team bus is standing outside the team hotel, and the ODI players who are part of this T20I setup have now joined and have linked up with the team, the T20I players who had already reached Canberra a few days back. Behind me, standing is Jasprit Bumrah having a word with the security official here at the team hotel. But giving an update on Shreyas Iyer because he had suffered an injury on his lower rib cage while taking the catch of Alex Carey. It was quite a serious injury because he had to be taken to the hospital for scans and to know the extent of his injury for further assessment of his injury. Now, what is happening is the ODI players who are not part of this T20I leg, they have all gone back to their respective destinations. The likes of Rohit Sharma and others have gone towards India, whereas Virat Kohli has gone to London straight away, taking an early morning flight today. But one player who has not gone back is Shreyas Iyer. Shreyas Iyer, as we all know, have suffered a lower rib cage injury and will take quite a few weeks, at least 3-4 weeks, to recover from the blow that he suffered at the Sydney ground. And he will take at least a few days in Sydney to recover, to at least recover in the initial blow and the initial stages from the injury that he suffered at the SCG. So he will stay back in Sydney for the next few days, and from there on. We will get to know the kind of recovery that he is having, and then he will head back to India and continue his recovery at the Center of Excellence. But for now, what we can confirm is the ODI players who are part of the T20I setup, they have reached in Canberra, and they will now start to prepare for the first T20I, which will be played on October 29 at the Manuka Oval. Just to give a quick update on what the T20I players who were not part of the ODI team, the likes of Jasprit Bumrah, Surya Kumar Yadav, Rinku Singh, Jitesh Sharma, among others, they have already undergone a couple of training sessions under the eyes of Rant and Deshkate. So Rant and Deshkate, after finishing up the final training session at the Adelaide Oval, had joined the team here at in Canberra, and under Rant and Deshkate, the team have already undergone a couple of training sessions and will now with the full team now in Canberra, they will start to prepare officially for the T20I series between India and Australia. And of course, there's a practice session that will be held at the Manuka Oval tomorrow afternoon from 2 p.m. onwards local time. So we will continue to give you all the updates relating to that. But for now, the big update that is coming from Sydney is that Shreyas Iyer has held back. He has not gone back to India and will stay here in Sydney for the next few days. And after initially recovering from the blow that he has suffered, it's not a fracture. It's not a fracture, just to confirm. So it's not a fracture, but he will stay back in Sydney for the next few days, and from there, the team doctors and the team management will take a call on when to send Shreyas Iyer back, and from there, his recovery and rehabilitation will continue at the Center of Excellence. So that is the update coming from Canberra or Sydney from Australia. The full T20I team is now here in Canberra and will now start preparing for the T20I match. But for Shreyas Iyer, he is staying back in Sydney. And again, as to wrap up or to give you the entire news in nutshell, he will stay back in Sydney, and then after recovering for the initial few days, he will go back to India. So yeah, that's the update. It's potentially pretty windy in Sydney. Temperature of 0 degree is being predicted for the match day. So stay tuned to Revsportz for all the updates. We'll continue to give you the details of this white ball series. Thank you so much.